Ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, my name is Robert Serrano Jr., and I am the natural born driller, also the good boy gone bad. Living a bad and dangerous life off the wall, and if you don't like it, beat it, because no one wants to be defeated. I'm just saying. So, what's going on, YouTubers? Welcome everyone to this Impact Wrestling review, the show from February 1st, 2018. Yes, we reached to a new month. So yeah, this will be our February 1st 2018 edition for this Impact Wrestling review. So yeah, let's get right into it, folks. A lot to talk about. I mean, short to the point, but let's get right into it. Before I do, let me just set something up here, because I want to share with you all, folks, when it comes to who made their debut, and we'll get to more of who made their return too as well. So the show opened up in Orlando, Florida. That's right, they're back to the original Impact Zone, where your commentators are Jeremy Borash and Josh Matthews. So they opened the show first, showing off what happened last week. You know, highlights from Impact Wrestling last week for what was Impact Genesis 2018. Very good for your package to start the show. You know, basically, showing our previous video. And then we get to the Impact Zone itself, where, because Impact Wrestling is under a new management when it comes to Scott D'Amore and Don Collins. Basically, I'm pretty sure I know who Don Collins is. He was commenting with Kevin Kelly at the Wrestle Kingdom, Wrestle Kingdom 12 on this past month, or should I say last month, because it was actually last month in January, but still, yeah, but. Also, he's also known his time in WWE, at the time it was called WWF, and also in his time in ECW. You know, when they were on TNN, which later on they ended up becoming Spike TV. And I think now that Spike TV is going to be changed to a new name now. I don't know. Last I heard, but anyways. So because it's under new management, they decided. So they decided that we're going to take away the six-sided ring and have the four-sided ring. So yeah, the Impact Wrestling, for some reason, I don't know why, they decided to go back to the four-sided ring. You know, like what Hogan and Bishop for when they came in, and they wanted to get rid of the six-sided ring, and they brought in the traditional four-sided ring. And let's face it, Impact Wrestling, at the time was called TNA, or should I say NWA TNA. They start off with the traditional four-sided ring, and then that's when they started. When it became TNA, just TNA, that's when they decided to call it the six-sided ring. But I still think it was still called NWA TNA at the time for a little bit, and then they decided to just call it TNA. But yeah, they're getting away from it now, and I'm like, oh, that sucks. You know, but you know what? It is what it is. I guess whatever. But let's get to the first match. So the first match opened up with the Impact champion. The Impact Grand Championship title being on the line. It was Matt Sydal defending his title against Falaba. Now, I thought in this match, when it comes to after the last week from where Matt Sydal defeated EC3 for the Impact Grand Championship title, that's going to go back to the format of the Impact Grand Championship rules of the format. Nope, that's not what happened. They decided to move away from that. They're done with that now. No more judges. No more 3 rounds. No more 3 minutes during those rounds. And so much for that championship belt looking apart when it comes to the structure of the match. I hate it. As of right now, folks, I'm not liking the direction of Impact Wrestling right now. Just like last year, I was not liking the direction that was going in, when they say TNA is dead and all that, and then bringing some guys and all that. There were some guys I did enjoy coming in and coming back. Some guys I was not happy coming in and coming back, but whatever. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully, by the end of it, we'll see how it ends up being. Once I get to the very end. But anyways, so the match happens. Match itself is pretty decent. Followed by, I'm sorry, I try to get into this guy, but I can't. He's trying to be like Yokozuna because he's basically dressed like Yokozuna, except he's not wearing red, he's wearing blue, and he's got the white, you know, thing the thing that's got wrapped around his crotch area and his waist. You know, like a sumo wrestler always does, but except is white. Yokozuna had red tights with the black sumo wrestling thong on. You know, like I guess that's what you could call it. But anyways, Falaba is doing the same thing, but it's corny. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry, I can't get into this guy. He's not that fast. He's not that good. And on top of it, he tried to do a leg drop. And the way he did it, I'm like, okay, that's his own version of the leg drop. And I say to myself, it's nothing like how Yokozuna does his leg drop. But he didn't hit the leg drop on Matt Sydal though. But still, the way he tried to do the leg drop is like, okay, yeah, I can't get into this guy. As soon as I saw that leg drop from this guy, like, yeah, he's not Yokozuna. He is a bad version of Yokozuna. And it's a damn shame that someone's trying to be like Yokozuna here. And that Father Bob's not doing a good job at it. He's not carrying himself like a Yokozuna. He's not presenting himself like a Yokozuna. It's a cheap imitation of Yokozuna. So he went for the Father Bob went for the bonsai drop, but he missed. Matt Sydal goes for the Swoon Star press and gets a 3 count in the win. So that either way, I was glad that Matt Sydal won the match. By the way, when it comes to Matt Sydal, he was I think we also have new referees, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, I think we have new referees on in Impact Wrestling because I know there was a black referee in the ring with dreadlocks and about 3 or 4 string of his dreadlock hair had colors in there like yellow, blue, red, or whatever. I guess that referee wanted to look apart, But anyways. So Matt Sydal, I forgot to mention, Matt Sydal in the match, he was complaining to the referee that he was pulling that Fall Out Boy was pulling Matt Sydal's hair. I'm like, wait a minute, no he didn't. I'm like, wait a minute, are they doing a heel turn here for Matt Sydal pretty soon? I don't think I like it. Yeah, because based on his character, he's all about peace. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if they are going to tease a heel turn for Matt Sydal, if that's the route they're going with. I don't know. I mean, can he pull it off? I don't know. He's never been the heel before. That's the problem. I never seen him play the role of being a bad guy. He's always been a good guy his entire career. Working for Ring of Honor, New Japan, WWE. When he was born in WWE, but still. I don't know. Impact Wrestling, maybe it can work, but I don't know. Maybe it will, but who knows? Maybe we'll see how it ends up happening in a few weeks come. But other than that, let's move on. I guess in my eye. All right, here we go. Now let's move on to what happened next. So before we get to this, I forgot to mention too, the show actually opened up not just with a video package. The show also opened up with a mystery guy. Yeah, I'm gonna say mystery guy. He came out of his, I believe it was his limo or his sports car. He's walking, and we couldn't see his face. So he's walking to the building. Obviously, it's a return of a certain someone. I'll get to that later. I'll get to the very end, but still. Yeah, I'll wait till I get to the very end, but let me do something here first. All right. So next we get to the Cult of Lee, which is Trevor Lee and Caleb Konley, and for some reason they're wearing Hawaiian shirts. I don't know why. I don't get it. And basically, they'll have a little conversation backstage and all that, and there you go. We'll get to them later. So next we get Bobby Lashley versus KM. Match itself was pretty decent too. KM he did a move basically a diving move to say the least. Basically running the ropes and then flipping over the ropes onto Bobby Lashley from the outside. Like, okay, that's something I've never seen before from KM. So obviously in the end, KM didn't do a good job grounding Lashley. So Lashley gets the barrel of Cam and gets him the spear, and there you go. Lashley wins the match. And like I said, it was a decent match. Nothing else to say about the match. I just thought it was decent. Next we get Joseph Park. He's backstage. He's talking on his phone. I think he's talking to his aunt, something like that. So then we get Jimmy Jacobs and Uncle Kong walking up. And Jimmy Jacobs takes the phone away from him and says to his aunt, yeah, he's going to call you back and everything. And then Joseph Park takes his phone back, like, give me my phone back, and he's like, hello, like, aunt, and he's like, and then Jimmy Jacobs basically wants to apologize for what happened with Chandler Park, the cousin. That's what Joseph Park was talking to his aunt about. So Jimmy Jacobs said that next week you better bring the monster Abyss to face Uncle Kong, if you know what's good for him, basically. And then Joseph Park tried to say, but I told you, Abyss is never coming back. Even though Abyss came back 2 weeks, was it 2 weeks ago? Was it last week? Oh no, that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So Joseph Park saying that Abyss, I told you, Abyss is never coming back. Even though Abyss came back two weeks ago doing an interview about OVE versus LAX in this bar war massacre match. Unbelievable. So yeah, Jimmy Jacobs says that he's the princess, and the princess gets always what he wants. Great. Next we get to I'm gonna move on. Next we get to Pluto TV of the week. We get the monster Abyss, who was beating up I believe Christian in the pool, in his home, where James Mitchell there leading the charge for the monster Abyss. Old school Abyss. And this is during the time where Abyss was feuding against Christian, or should I say Christian Cage at the time. And folks, I don't remember seeing this part of the Abyss going after Christian from that episode years ago, because it was a feud between Christian Cage versus Abyss, where Christian Cage was the world champion for TNA at the time. But okay, so I'm trying to remember this, but I seriously can't remember how now that ever seen it, seeing that part of the show, from years ago. But I don't know. I don't know. I really can't remember any of it, but still. But I remember Abyss. I do remember Abyss is looking good back in the days, but now he's blown up a little bit. So. But yeah, that was your Pluto of the week. I mean, your Pluto TV of the week. What Pluto TV is, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll check it out later, but I don't know. Next we get to Ken's. Was that next? Let me double check folks before I move on. Okay, yeah. I think that was next. So next we get, I'm assuming this was next, but we get Mackenzie Mitchell interviewing EC3 and Alberto El Patron, or should I say Alberto El Pedro. So basically, the interview was about EC3 and Alberto El Patron working together to face Johnny Impact and Moose later on. We'll get to that later. I didn't care for it, folks. Fuck EC3 and fuck Alberto El Patron. Or should I say Alberto El Pedro. Then we get to Bobby Lashley backstage. He's focusing on his plans for both MMA and pro wrestling. What does that mean? I don't know. Is he going to stay with Impact Wrestling? Is he not going to stay with Impact Wrestling? Who knows? And also, he bumps into Eddie Edwards. It was what's up, man? And Lashley just walks away, and then that was it. Now, folks, let's get to this next match. We get the Impact Knockouts champion, Laurel Ness, and she goes up against the debut of Kiera Hogan from Atlanta, Georgia. So you're thinking to yourself, who is Kiera Hogan? Well, let me first go to the match first. Well, actually, yeah, let me do the pictures. Yeah, I'm going to show you pictures of who she is and how she looks, too. Here we go. this is Kiera Hogan. And no, she's not related to the Hogan, to the Hogan family. Hulk Hogan. No, not related to the Hogan family. But yeah, there you go, Kiera Hogan. I got more pictures for you folks. Hold on. So yeah, this is her, starting off her her indie wrestling career. And yes, she's an indie wrestler. Who cares? She's a wrestler. At the end of the day, she's a wrestler. And there she is. Yeah, it was during the time when she was in training too, and this was her wrestling attire too, by the way. And she was wearing some long boots too, kind of how how AJ Lee wore in WWE. I'm assuming she was also a fan of AJ Lee, but still, Kiera Hogan, um, looking normal and natural. Then we get to Kiera Hogan, evolving. She decided to dye her hair red, and for good reason. And by the way, she's hot. She's smoking hot, by the way. And she's small too, by the way. I think she's about 5 feet, maybe. Like kind of like basically kind of like who I'm thinking here? Oh yeah, Alexa Bliss. She's more like Alexa Bliss. She's small, but she can go. So unlike Alexa Bliss, Kiera Hogan can go in the ring. Because Alexa Bliss at this point now in WWE, she sucks. And she's been exposed since Survivor Series 2017 against Charlotte Flair. So, but yeah, Kiera Hogan looking hot and everything, and here's more. This ends up being her ring attire too as well. In the back, and also in the back that it says, what comes to the back of her tights, from her rear, it will say Hogan knows best because her last name is Hogan, and she basically and obviously we're saying Hogan knows best too, though. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be her catchphrase, and I think that always been her catchphrase, but still, but it's not, she had other catchphrases too as well. Hogan knows best because she's a fan of. I'm assuming she's a fan of the Hogans, of the Hogan Knows Best reality TV show, starring Hulk Hogan, and and the rest of the Hogan family, which by the way he's no longer which by the way Hogan is no longer married to Linda Hogan, for decades, for a decade. But anyways, more pictures. It's Kiera Hogan with new ring attires. In the back, it still says Hogan knows best, from her rear. How I know? Because I seen her wrestle with that outfit before. That's why. And then, this is her ring. This ends up being her ring attire. 1 second. Yep, this ended up being her ring attire. You see the flames? It's all blue, white. I think maybe silver. I don't know if it's silver or not, but look at her outfit now. Now she's definitely looking smoking hot. And when I say hot, I mean like she's Kiera Hogan is lit. Because of the flames of her tights. And she's called the Girl on Fire. That's when and that's why she dyed her hair red. That's why she wanted to dye her hair red. But not just that. But let's get to next. And not just because of tights too and all, but because of her hair. But let's get to it. Let's get to her next photo. That's why she's the Girl on Fire. Because her hair looks like it's made of flames, and it's pretty cool, by the way. The tip of half tips of her hair is the same color of a fire. And she got new ring attires too, by the way, when it comes to being the Girl on Fire. And this ends up being her new ring attire, which she's not wearing right now. And she went back to her hair being all red again. But she didn't end up having her hair go back to being the flame hairs again. But yeah, this is her new ring attire, still being called the Girl on Fire, and Hogan knows best as always. And this is the back of her, by the way. And yes, by the way, it's for all you men. Get used to this because of Impact Wrestling, because this is how she's going to wear her tights. Hell yes, she's showing her butt cheeks, her booty, kind of like Brooke Hogan back in the day. But Kiera Hogan, she doesn't mind. She will show that, and she'll back that ass up. You know. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, but it's her, with her normal clothes on. As you can see, she is gorgeous. Okay, that was it. That was it for pictures. But yeah, that's Kiera Hogan. Yeah, that was we just saw there was a Lucha Underground logo there. So yeah, that was Kiera Hogan, folks, and I'm happy. She's probably made her debut about time, because I like to say myself, about time Impact Wrestling. I mean because she's been signed along with Hanaya, Hanaya the Halloween Huntress. Kiera Hogan and Hanaya the Halloween Huntress has been signed with Impact Wrestling since last summer of on late August on 2017. And I say to myself, okay, you signed them, but you're not doing anything with them. What the fuck's going on? Why you wait this long to debut them? And when it comes to Hanaya, I'll get to her later when we get close to that episode, folks. Because notice I haven't mentioned anything about Hanaya since she made her debut by attacking Rosemary about what 3 weeks ago? Yeah, 3 weeks ago. So she hasn't appeared on TV for the last 3 weeks. And I'm talking about Hanaya the Hami Huntress. And you can say Rosemary too, but Rosemary was taken out by Hanaya the Hami Huntress 3 weeks ago, because to a blindside attack and attacking her viciously. So yeah, we'll get to more of that when we get close to those episodes, whenever that comes up. I don't know when it's gonna come up, but when that comes up, I'll let you know about the whole situation with Hanaya the Hami Huntress. I'm pretty sure all you do know, for those who read the spoilers about that and everything about Hanaya the Hami Huntress, but I'm not gonna talk about that until we get to the very end. I mean, till we get to that part of that episode, with a certain debut of that person. I'm not gonna spoil that, but yeah. But back to this. So, like I said, we get the Impact Knockouts champion, Laurel Ness versus Kiera Hogan, and we get to the match, and Laurel Ness was basically squashing Kiera Hogan. And like I said to myself, okay, um, showcase Kiera Hogan. Folks, I was getting annoyed. I was literally getting annoyed. Like I said to myself, okay, I get it. She's probably gonna lose tune off, but let her show everyone that she can wrestle. And she didn't get to show much. She did get some offense in the match, but only until to the very end she started getting some offense. And she was looking very good and all that. I'm like, okay, but like, damn it, man, like, it really Impact Wrestling. This is how you gonna do. This is how you gonna do to her like that. So, Kiera Hogan, just lost the momentum right there, even though it wasn't that. Even though it was only for a little bit. So Laurel Ness goes for the curb stomp, and Kiera Hogan, she sold it like holy shit. Yeah, she could sell Barre. Kiera Hogan can sell the move. She can take the move very well. She's very good. Yeah, believe me, folks. When it comes to Kiera Hogan, she is very good, and you could be seeing more of Kiera Hogan, for Impact Wrestling. Guarantee you. She doesn't have a bad attitude, like unlike Hanaya the Hami Huntress, but that's a little hint there of about what I'm about to talk about Hanaya, as weeks passes by. But anyways, so yeah, also Laurel Ness was going for the unprettier onto Kiera Hogan. Like, okay, here we go, this is the finish. But all of a sudden, Allie comes out. She basically distracts Laurel Ness. And I say to myself, wait a minute, are we gonna a win? Are we gonna give a win here to Kiera Hogan? So sure enough, Kiera Hogan rolls up Laurel Ness because she got distracted. Folds her up, 1, 2, 3. And like, what? Holy shit, she won! Like, awesome, love it. I'll take it. Folks, I was happy. I don't care. I thought that was good. So yeah, Kiera Hogan got the win because Allie distracted Laurel Ness. Laurel Ness losing her mind, the rain, and all that. Kiera Hogan was celebrating with Allie. I love it. So yeah, Kiera Hogan got her first win on her debut, and I'm happy. And folks, like I said, we're going to see more of Allie pretty soon. I mean, I mean, of course, you would see more Allie, but you're going to be seeing more of Kiera Hogan, and you're going to see this girl can go because she's Kiera Hogan. Hogan knows best. Kiera Hogan is lit, and the girl is on fire. The girl on fire, Kiera Hogan. I promise you, folks, you're going to love this girl. Now we get to LAX. They come out to cut a promo, basically. Basically when it comes to LAX, you got Santana and Ortiz, who are the Impact Tag Team Champions, being accompanied by along with the other members of LAX, Konley and Homicide. Konley gets on the mic, basically cuts a promo about we're back in the cut and all that. And basically insulting OVE. I don't remember what he said, but something about, I think, the hose. And so, so I'm trying to remember what else he said. I wish I had the notes here too, though. The hose and I don't remember, but it was funny though. I can't remember though. Damn. I wish I had that on my notes, but basically, LAX said that they're on top of Impact Wrestling and all that. Basically, they giving a speech about how they took care of OVE, and that's it. It's over. Also, we get OVE coming out. They confront LAX, and they say I guess they say it's over for now, but they said that but in the future we'll be seeing them again. And then Konley leaves the ring to go confront OVE on the stage. Because OVE at this point were on the stage. Well, on the ramp, I meant to say. Let them know that that LAX ain't going nowhere and all that, and and all that. Basically let them know what's up. Also, we get the Cult of Lee, which is Trevor Lee and Caleb Konley. They attack LAX from behind, and they'll try to they'll try to steal the belts and all that, and try to steal the flags. But also they ran off. So yeah, I like when I was talking about stealing the flags and everything. What comes to the Puerto Rican flag, the Mexican flag. Because what comes to me, I'm Puerto Rican. I also respect the Mexican flag too, and all, but and the Cuban and also the Cuban flag. I was seeing that put those flags down. I was upset. When I'm touching the flags. So, yeah. So also they ran it off because Trevor. I'm trying to remember. Homicide had the kendo stick, I believe, or something. To chase away the Cult of Lee. So yeah. So I guess in the future, that's the next feud. That's gonna be the Cult of Lee versus LAX for the tag team titles. So yeah. And no Andrew Everett, by the way. Whatever. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, folks. That was the end of hour number 1. Hour number 2 was where you had LAX, OVE, and the Cult of Lee. That segment. So talking about wrestling for hour number 1, I believe it was 3 matches. Yeah, 3 matches that happened on here for hour number 1. Now hour number 2. Like I said, I already talked about LAX, OVE, and Cult of Lee. So yeah. Now we get to Mackenzie Mitchell. She interviews Moose and Johnny Impact. And basically, they talk about how they're going to take care of Alberto and EC3 later on in the match. And yeah, that's the And also Johnny Impact was talking in Spanish because Impact Johnny Impact as Johnny Mundo from Triple A and from Lucha Underground spend most of the time wrestling. When it comes to wrestling with the Lucha Libres. Yep. So. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention too, probably, folks. Also during after the match between Allie, I mean not Allie, Kiera Hogan and Ness, you see someone walking backstage into the room, something like that. And again, as someone that's that made his return, but I'll get to that later. We're getting close, and that happened out number 1. I forgot to mention that, so my apologies. Next we get to the Global Wrestling Network exclusive when it comes to plugging the Global Wrestling Network. We see Drew Galloway versus EC3 in the street fight, which I'm assuming it was just a street fight that involved no referee and all that, but and also and they end the fight backstage. I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that match. I mean, if you want to call it a match, but yeah, break it up and all that. It was good. At the time where Drew Galloway was met in professional wrestling, and now he's back in WWE and NXT. I'm not saying he's not being treated right too, but um, but I wish he never went back there though. That's what I gotta say with that. But hey, maybe he will never maybe he would have never went back if Impact Wrestling would just immediately sign him a new contract instead of waiting that long like they did with the Hardys. And maybe we wouldn't have this problem. Next we get Eli Drake and Chris Adonis, which probably they showcasing a lot of Eli Drake doing this whole the fact of Eli Drake's life. That's what it's calling it, the fact of Eli Drake's life. Or I think it was called the facts of Eli Drake's life. I don't remember what it was called, but I'll get to it later. But yeah, it was basically about the Impact champion. We'll get Eli Drake and Chris Adonis backstage talking about it and all that, and we'll get to it later. Next, we get to a video package for an upcoming debut. Impact Wrestling very soon. And as soon as I saw the video package, I'm like, oh, it's time. He's not a man, he's a machine. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you don't know what that means. That's a catchphrase. Because they call him Cage. I'm pretty sure all you Lucha Underground fans get that reference. We'll get to more of that when we get to his debut. Because he's not a man, he's a machine. So anyways, next we get to EC3, Alberto versus Moose and Johnny Impact. Match itself I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good back and forth tag team. And then in the end, you got Moose and Impact winning the match. Basically, Moose had to hit them on the distance clothesline, which is the game changer on to Alberto, and gets the win. Now he didn't do the complete game changer. He just did the just a discus lariat clothesline. Like when it comes to the game changer, he does it like how Okada does when it comes to the Rainmaker. Excuse me for my throat. Yeah, I guess that was a good match. Not to say about the match. So, it was good though. I thought it was very good, well done. So, all right, here we go. Now we get to the fact of Eli Drake's life. Okay, that's what it's called. The fact of Eli Drake's life. So, okay, the Impact World Champion Eli Drake and Chris Adonis, who structured this whole the fact of Eli Drake's life. They show basically Chris Adonis shows highlights of Eli Drake, ever since him becoming Impact World Champion. It was well done. And then we get to highlights of him wrestler. And basically Eli Drake in his suit. All different types of suits were, and with him being the world champion. And then it showed a highlight of being the greatest friend when it comes to Eli Drake and Chris Adonis, and it showed a clip of it. And all of a sudden they show parts Eli Drake hitting Chris Adonis by accident, and then Chris Adonis being in a turkey suit during that Thanksgiving show. Basically, just showing some funny sketches there. Eli Drake and Chris Adonis, having a miscommunication, and all that, and basically making fun of and everything. And then Chris Adonis losing his mind, saying, "Wait a minute, that's not the video I want you guys to play." He's getting upset with that. I thought that was funny. That was funny. So then Eli Drake does a promo. He talks about how he's the greatest champion that ever lived. He is the greatest wrestler that ever lived. He is the great. He's talking about how Chris, that he's basically saying that he's the greatest friend that ever lived. When it comes to between Eli Drake and Chris Adonis again, and he talks about he is the greatest man that ever lived. And sure enough, the mystery person that was that was walking into the building and walking into the into the door ends up being the return of the greatest man that ever lived, Austin Aries. So Austin Aries comes out. He was eating a banana. He do it into the on the side. I'm pretty sure that one of the fans got that, as a souvenir, which it's kind of weird by the way, 'cause, I wouldn't never do that, but still, I don't know if that happened or not, but whatever. So yeah, Austin Aries, he's back. Austin Aries comes back and he talks about how, if basically he points out, he's the greatest man that ever lived. Basically, Austin Aries let him know that he's the greatest man that ever lived. And he says, in order for you to be, and he said to Eli Drake to basically say that in order for you to be the greatest man that ever lived, you have to beat me. Basically, Austin Aries telling Eli Drake, to be called the greatest man that ever lived, you have to beat him to be called the greatest man that ever lived. And then Austin Aries talks about how he's a 6-time exhibition champion. He's a former world champion and a former tag team champion in Impact Wrestling. And then Drake talks about how you done a lot in Impact Wrestling and everything. He says, but while he's been a world champion and all that and whatever, he's like, and basically saying while he's been killing it in the ring and while he's a world champion, all Austin Aries has been doing is been sitting back. All Austin Aries has been doing is sitting behind a desk, commentating. And I got a reason, and there's a reason why, because that happened with Austin Aries is because he was recovering from his injury from 2016 all the way to 2017 because his match against Shinsuke Nakamura from the house show of NXT, at the time when they were still part of NXT. But yeah, when Eli Drake said that, okay, that was a cheap shot. That was a cheap shot there. But at the same time, I think but the reason why he was back on commentary is again, Austin Aries was recovering from an eye socket injury, from the knees of Shinsuke Nakamura. That's why he was doing commentary at the time. He couldn't wrestle, so Chris Adonis says he'll put the title on the line. No, not Chris Adonis. Eli Drake meant to say. Yeah, I'm sorry. Austin Aries says he basically challenged Eli Drake against him to prove it that you're the greatest man to ever live, and basically put the title on the line. So Eli Drake says, "You want me to put a title on the line?" Basically, taking off his coat. He took off his scarf. He's like, "You want to try this?" He's like, "No, we're doing on my time." And Austin Aries says to as Eli Drake was leaving, and Chris Adonis standing in the ring behind Austin Aries. He's and with the belt, by the way, because I forgot to mention Eli Drake gave Chris Adonis the belt, and Austin Aries says, I thought you were the greatest man to ever live, that, and then he's like, he's basically saying, you got no balls and all that, right? And also, Chris Adonis hits Austin Aries with the belt from to the back of his head. And Eli Drake said, on second thought, I'll fight you for the championship. Bring a ref out. So like, okay, are we gonna do this? Is this end up being the night? And folks, it just ended up being the night because someone had to spoil it. These TNA Impact Wrestling haters had to spoil it for us. So here's what happened. So Eli Drake goes for a cover. Basically, they're wrestling in the street clothes. All of a sudden, Austin Aries kicks out, and Eli Drake couldn't believe it. So Eli Drake goes to go after Austin Aries. Austin Aries moves out of the way. Eli Drake hits the ring post. Austin Aries goes for a distance forearm to take out Chris Adonis because he got on the apron. Austin Aries then goes for the corner to do his full speed drop kick. And basically from the opposite side of the corner, and then runs to the corner to give Eli Drake the drop kick, which he calls the full speed drop kick. And then he goes for his brainbuster, which probably WWE has never let him use that move because WWE has banned that move. For God knows how long they banned that move, but still. So Austin Aries hits the brainbuster and gets the 3 count in the win. Your winner and new Impact World Champion Austin Aries. What? Now, folks. Now, normally I will be mad about this booking, but this makes sense. You know, it plays into the Electric's character that he's cocky, he's arrogant, he's entitled, he's confident, and he always takes shortcuts. That's always been Electric's character, like as a heel. He always takes shortcuts, and the fact that they took a cheap shot of Austin Aries, that thinking that Electric's going to get an easy win here, and Austin Aries fights back and everything. It makes total sense, folks. And now that's not why I'm mad about. Now, I mean, I can explain why I was mad. So I'm not mad. Some people think I might be mad at this. No, I'm not. I'm not mad at this at all. Also, Electric was trying to take the easy way out. He was trying to take shortcuts to steal a win over the greatest man that ever lived. We're gonna get more of this match with these two guys pretty soon, and I can't wait for it. They're gonna do more. I love the booking of this, on how they structured this. It was very well done. And I'm not mad that Austin Aries beat him in a matter of seconds to become the new, or should I say, in a matter of minutes to become the new Impact World Champion. What I'm mad about is that these people spoil that moment. Because Instagram, Twitter, whatever have you, in all these social media, YouTube, whatever, podcasters they all spoiled it, and they all spoiled it because this was taped, obviously. This episode of Impact Wrestling was taped. But yeah, that's what getting me mad about this, because people spoiling everything that's going on with Impact Wrestling, while us people want to watch it first, and that's what got me mad about it. Now, when I first heard about it, I was mad that the Impact Wrestling did that. I'm not mad. It makes total sense with how this whole thing was structured. So it was good. As I was saying, new Impact World Champion, the greatest man that ever lived, Austin Aries. Okay, so yeah, wrestling for the show overall, from February 1st, 2018 for Impact Wrestling. 5 matches, total of 5 matches on the show. So my overall scoring for the show, when it comes to Impact Wrestling, February 1st, 2018 edition, I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. A very good, decent show. With the debut of Kiera Hogan and the return of Austin Aries, and then they're showcasing someone else making their debut pretty soon to Impact Wrestling. Quality matches on the card here. Not mad. Me on YouTube. My name is Robert Serrano Jr., the Natural Born Driller. Please subscribe. If you like this video, give it a like. If you dislike this video, give it a dislike. The choice is yours and yours alone. So that being said, you all have a good night. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Peace on the streets. And I'm out.